Hi, this is John from rusticpinesmn.com, back out in the shop today to show you the rest of our machine, what we've gotten done, and obviously it's done for the most part. We've got a couple of tweaks to make here and there to make things a little bit better. As with any prototype, there's always debugging to do, and we're going to do that over the next couple of weeks, but hopefully this machine will provide quite a bit of entertainment for Katie and I, and we're glad to have it as another tool in our toolbox, and hopefully we'll be turning out some interesting looking log furniture in the not too distant future. Before I go through each individual part that we've done since our last video, I'm just excited. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way and show you that it runs. So we've got a log clamped up already. The clamp is tight. The drill plugged in, and for the most part tools are out of the way. As you can see, there's some wood shavings on the table already, some on the ground. We have been testing it and working out the little bugs that we decided to take care of today. But I'll go ahead and cut and we'll see how it works. It's a two-hand operation, one hand on the drill. I was hoping to just turn it on and leave it on, but as it is, you have to go a little bit lower RPM to do the cutting. So we're going to go ahead and operate the drill by hand, and then this lever here moves the log in and out. So two-hand safety, right? And there you go. As you can see, just like sharpening a big pencil. It makes pretty quick work of it. I plan on setting up some guides to help Katie determine how long the tenon will be, because obviously she may not need a full 3-inch tenon, and there's no sense in cutting and trying to resize everything. We'd rather be able to say our piece needs to be a total of 48 inches and we need 1.5 inch tenon, and so here's where we set the log. As you can see, the tenon itself ends up being a little bit rough, but the shoulder is nice and smooth, and that's the part that's been exposed to people seeing it anyway. So I don't really mind the roughness so much on the tenon. It's a lot more surface area for glue to hold on to. But it works, and I'm pleased, very, very pleased. So we'll walk you through all of the parts we've done since we talked last, and then you'll have a complete idea of what the machine looks like. So last we talked, we had the bed partially complete. As you can see, I've welded a piece of angle iron on edge down the center line, and it is square with the world so that it acts as a nice cradle. We developed our clamp, which has a piece of angle iron that will act opposite of the cradle, and just a little bit bigger foot pad to work with the under part of the bed because it's a little recessed under there. So just kind of a spacer. We already had our adjustment for lowering and raising the bed, but back here I want to talk a little bit about the system for moving the bed forward. As you can see, I got a lever up here, and as I pull forward, it moves the bed forward. Oh, you just saw that. I did put extension springs on there, so in a panic, if something goes wrong with the machine, you let go and it snaps back into place, pulling the material out of the bit and allowing for it to clear the jaws and the blades. The hinge system I made, I just stacked up pieces of 1/8 inch bar stock, and I kind of cut a profile on them first, drill the hole in, and so I've got a thickness of 5. On the long leg, which is the leg that connects up here, hole to hole is 6 inches, and on the short leg it's 4 inches hole to hole. But ultimately the travel works out perfectly. Gives us our 6 inches of travel just like we had talked about before. Also, as you can see, I've kind of carved away at my 80-20 and mounted the pivot down below. Now the reason I did that is I originally had the pivot up on top and it worked very well, except for one problem. When the bed was in a lower position for a larger log, this knuckle stuck up in the air. Kind of came like that. So you could only do a log that was as long as the bed. Well, we've solved that problem by mounting the pivot down below, and it never gets high enough to have to worry about. Works very well, it's very strong, and gets it done quite easily. That's about all we've done since last we talked. Things in the future to do, as far as I'm concerned, I put some increments on the bed here like this just to help Katie figure out where she needs to position the bed when the front of the log is inside, because you want to, one thing we discovered is you want to start with the log all the way in and pressure on it to begin with. So now with that, she'll have to figure out her distance to the throat, make sure that the bed here lines up with that distance here, and that way she doesn't have to start with the handle so far back. She can start right here and say, okay, I'm just going that far. Works out pretty well. I'm pleased with it. The next things we're going to do, I have to build a stand for it. I'm not going to leave it on my workbench here forever. It might stay here for another couple of weeks while I'm working on it, but eventually I'm going to build a sturdy stand for it. Something I might even consider anchoring down to the floor to take some of the vibration out of it from the blade. But outside of that, she's done. We got our clamping system. I might add a second clamp. One thing we did do is I grabbed some just some brackets I had made up for another purpose and ended up not using them. And what we can do with these is I can stack them up inside the bed. So if a log has a curve in it, I can take the curve out and come in straight. So it's going to take up some of that space and still provide me positive clamping pressure. So works out pretty well. I'm happy with it. We're going to keep tweaking it here and there, and hopefully have a lot of fun with it. So there you go. Hi, this is John. I'm in my video studio editing down some footage. Anyway, I had a couple of outtakes I thought you might want to see. So that's Katie back right there in the background, and I thought you might want to see this. This is pretty funny. So I got her practicing and then practicing again and trying to, I don't know, destroy the machine I made her for her birthday. So enjoy.
I think we have a successful tenon.
Yeah, look what you did with the drill.
Oh no. Did I wreck it?
She smoked the drill. She smoked the drill. She smoked the drill. Oh, one more thing. This is John and Katie from rusticpinesmn.com saying thanks for watching, and we hope you come back soon and take another look at us. Have a good night and take care.